time. Kind of like story time. Our scariest childhood experiences or stories. That's what today's video is. Yes. This is sister, as you've seen in other videos. She also has a channel.
Yes, I do. It's Aliya Victoria. Look me up and catch those videos.
So, and I also put her stuff in the description box so that you can just easily just follow the link over and go ahead and subscribe. I'll go ahead and put that down there. All right, so first thing that comes to mind. Okay, so I was in my room, right, at the time, in the house that we were living in, right, on Division. So we were staying in this house. Now, mind you, I don't know how to explain it. Where we were living was already kind of weird anyways, meaning as far as like, I guess like spiritually with things, like in ghosts or whatever you want to call it. So, anywho, I fell asleep, I took a nap, and then while I was asleep, I don't remember being asleep for very long. I'm asleep, right? I'm trying to wake myself up. So you know how if you have sleep paralysis, because that's kind of how this felt. You have sleep paralysis, you're trying to wake yourself up. I'm seeing, like, obviously, my eyes are closed. I'm laying in the bed. It's not funny. I'm laughing at it now, but it's really not funny. Like, I was scared. It was... Real talk, though. So, I'm laying there right now, obviously, with sleep paralysis. So, I'm laying there asleep. Eyes are closed. So, while my eyes are closed, I can see my room, how it is, like, in real time. Meaning, like, how my room was decorated, how it was arranged. You know, I can see it, but my eyes are closed, and I'm so-called dreaming, right? I'm trying to get out the room at this point. So I'm like, okay, well, it's dark in here. It's kind of weird. I kind of have like the sense like I'm by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like kind of like that. I don't know. Like I just kind of felt like I was like in my room, in my house, but I felt alone, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to get up. I get up out the bed. I try to go to the door. Then as I'm turning the doorknob to get out of the room, like something is holding the doorknob. Like I cannot twist it, I can't pull it, nothing. So I'm like, what the? So I try to call out for mom.
No answer.
I'm trying to call out and there wasn't anything coming out. Like I'm trying to say mom, like, or something like that. And I like, again, I'm having the vibe that I'm by myself, but I still kind of felt like, I don't know how to explain it.
Off-putting.
Right, but almost as though the people that I needed were like around, but hella far, if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it. So I'm like, okay.
No one's close to help, basically.
Close enough, right?
Yeah.
So I'm still trying to open the door. I'm trying to call out. I can't call out. Trying to call out and my voice isn't, nothing's coming out. So I'm like, what the heck? So then at the same time I'm like telling myself like, okay, well, you're not really asleep. Like I know I'm not asleep, but it felt like real.
Yeah.
At the same time I kind of feel like something like dark is there in the room, like with me. I try to go, like I'm kind of like looking around to try to see little things I can maybe use to like try to get help or something like that. Like nothing. Again, it's like dark in my room. I can see everything in there, the bed, the dresser, all this stuff, but it's like the darker version of my room, if that makes sense. So I go over to the bed and I lay down, and then as soon as I lay down, it's like something kind of like pushed me down and held me down like by my shoulders, and I'm trying to sit up. I'm trying to call out. Nothing's working. It's like nothing's coming out, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh my gosh, until I finally woke up. So, but also mind you, I'm telling this story because at this point I've kind of like lost track of like how it played out, and it seemed like this took like a long time. Like it seemed like this, like the time frame was, I don't know, it might have been like 30 minutes to an hour or something like that, but I know it couldn't have been that much time. So anyways, and then I just remember waking up and I'm like, what the heck? So when I woke up, I felt like what just happened, like literally just happened. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like you wake up from a dream and you're like, what the heck? Like, oh, that was a crazy dream, like, and you're going about your business. No, I felt like something dark had just happened, and it was probably still there lingering, because when I woke up I still kind of felt like weird, like it was like the remnants of whatever had just happened. It was still kind of there. So I don't know, that's the crazy thing that sticks out to me. And then so we ended up moving not long after that. We went to church, and then we ended up telling Reverend about it and stuff, and it's like, yeah, that was like actual spirits, or that was a demon or whatever that was trying to like attack you. So I don't know if you believe in that, or if you know much about that. We're like taught stuff about this in church. So it's for real. Okay, so no, that's what sticks out to me. So no, that was crazy.
Well, my story again happened on the house in Division. We were staying in Arlington. That house, like she just said, it had some bad juju in there. It was something was off in that house, either whether it was the area, the land, whatever it was, something was off in that house. So my story, I was in elementary school. I can't remember. It was probably a couple years before we moved. So I might have been in maybe like 4th or 3rd grade, something like that. And I was asleep. Me and my sister, my other sister, we shared a room. And I'm sleeping and it's like pitch black in our room, right? So I wake up in the middle of the night just for whatever reason. And I'm looking around my room, and you know, like when your eyes start to like adjust to the darkness, so you kind of start seeing things a little bit clearer. So my eyes are adjusting, and I look, and I see at the foot of my bed, I'm seeing something like start to take shape, right? And it literally looks like probably like a 7, maybe 8 foot like dude, just standing at the foot of my bed. And I'm like staring at it, hoping like maybe my eyes are just like playing with me and they'll adjust and they'll show me like it's nothing there. But the longer I stare, the more the figure becomes clearer. And I'm like, it's something right there.
Right.
And I'm like, what is that? Like panicking, right? I'm like, what is that? What is that right there, right? Ooh. So I'm like, maybe I need to look away. I look away for a second and I look back. He's still right there, y'all. Yeah. Like he's sitting there, like standing. Like it looked almost like if he had like a hoodie on or something, and you feel like you could see, but there's no face. It just looked like a dark shadow. I couldn't see through it. I couldn't see around it. It looked like something physical was in front of my bed. So now I'm starting to panic because it's not going away. Right. And it's looking more and more like solidified. I'm like, what is that?
Right.
No, right? So as like,
he's like, oh, you see me.
Yeah, I see you. What's up? Like, so of course, like I feel like most people would do it. I start like sinking in to my bed and wanting to like cover my face. And the second,
because you know when you little, the cover saves you.
It's like a protection barrier. Yeah,
underneath the cover, nothing can get to you. At least that's what you think.
Yeah, it was like a protection barrier, right?
Right.
And the more I'm looking around the room, like maybe I'm like trying to wake up Kayla, and I'm like Kayla, and like she won't wake up. And I start looking around the room even more, and I start seeing more like people figures. And y'all, don't judge me on these people figures, but like they always joke with me about it. But like the main one, he was by the closet. He looked like a butler. Like what you would expect a butler to look like some old white man, but it was like a shadow of him, like a figure, black. He looked like he had like he was waiting to serve.
The emoji.
Like he's waiting to serve us, right? I ain't want what he was serving. He need to go, right? He was over there in the corner, but again, and then there was like a lady figure too, but the vibe from them was not the vibe that I was getting from this man in front of my bed.
Right.
He was like giving off like he's trying to intimidate me. He's trying to scare me. And it was just feeding off of him. And I'm getting more and more petrified the more I'm looking at him, to the point to where, now this is what this man did. He was trying to take me out. This man decided to lean over my bed. Y'all, I'm not fooling. I promise I'm not messing. It was like, this is the foot of my bed, right? This is him. He did like this and leaned over to where it was like almost he was like in my face. And I'm like,
not me.
What's happening? And again, no face. It looks like if you were just looking at like...
And this happened for real.
This really happened. I'm not playing. This really happened. Because I tell them all the time, this is why to this day I am scared of the dark. I can't do it, right? He was in my face like this, hovering over my bed, like bent over like that. To the point to where I was like, I need to get up. I need to do something, because like off of him was just, it just felt negative, evil. Like he was not there for no fun time. Not no Casper the Friendly Ghost. You feel me? No, it's not what it was at all. So I was like, I need to do something. I need to get some light, right? Light gonna take the spirits away. I can see, right?
In the name of Jesus.
So I'm like in the bed. I'm like staring at him. So I'm sliding out the bed, but the whole time I'm keeping my eyes on him. Like I'm not taking my eyes off. I slide out the bed like this, out way to go, and I keep looking at him, and he's staying like this, hunched over my bed. Like, he didn't move, nothing. He just stayed like that. I turned the TV on. The second I turned the light on, they were all gone. Like, vanished.
That's crazy.
Didn't see nothing like that. And I was like, did that really just happen? I was like in shock. I was like, I can't even go to sleep. What's happening? Like, I turned the TV on. I left the TV on. And, like, my sister, because we stayed in the same room, she used to get so mad at me because I'd want to sleep with the TV on, but she wanted, like, quiet, no light. I'm like, no.
That's my other sister,
yeah. I'm like, he's gonna come back. Like, I need to keep the light on in here. He gonna come back. The butler might be coming with his tray. I don't know. Like, I need to keep some light on in here. I can't do this. And no one wanted to believe me. And everyone thought I was, like, joking or something. I'm like, y'all. That was terrifying.
No, it was a bunch of little things that was happening in that house all the time.
And
or mom's room or something.
When I got older, and I told the story to my younger cousin, y'all seen her in my. If you go and check out my channel, she's been in a few of my videos. When I told her about this dude, she said she saw something similar at her older house. That she was living at her dad's older house. She saw some tall shadow man too. He's like a real thing.
Slender?
A lot of people, huh?
Slender?
No.
Oh,
Slender Man is like the white lanky with the suit.
Oh, that's true.
No,
I just thought it was just a tall shadow man.
He was like a tall shadow man, and a lot of people have seen tall shadow people. I ain't got time. If you look that up, there's a lot of people who done seen.
That's a for real thing.
Yeah, shadow people. And she said she saw something really similar to what I described. When I was telling her my story, it freaked her out because she was like, it like clicked a memory in her head. And I was like, oh, so he was hopping. He go around.
Right.
He be going to other folks and terrorizing people.
Sounds like Freddy Krueger.
Oh my God, for real. I was like, no wham.
That's
no
crazy.
bueno.
That's crazy.
So that was for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. And my other sister, it's a whole separate thing. But remember, she had the thing where she said on the top of the bunk bed, and she looked. They had bunk beds in their room, so I don't remember how she necessarily told the story. So she'd have to be the one to.
I just remember her saying she was like, something woke her up.
Right.
And she was on top of she was in the
top
bunk.
bunk. I think she turned over or something. She said she like heard or something or saw what she thought was me or something like that. Because, okay, I'm a jokester, a prankster as it is, right? So I do funny stuff. So she probably thought I was trying to come in here to mess with her or something like that.
It looked like Danielle.
Right, so she thought it was me and
but it was like, it wasn't Danielle.
She said that it was like a face, basically. What did she say?
She said it was like some demon face,
basically,
and it was like going crazy, like shaking like his face,
like shaking, like
crazy,
super fast, like.
It looked like something you would see in like a horror
probably like
movie.
a scary movie, like for real. That's
and it was like going crazy at her, and it like.
I remember she said that she like hurried up and covered her face or something, thinking that it was me or like it was a joke. Like, no, stop playing. And I think the next day she asked me about it, and I was like, that was not me. That was not me. So.
And it like that traumatized her. We talked about it to our pastor too about it. Like there was a lot of stuff in that house. Oh my! At Nana's house.
Why Nana?
At Nana, rest in peace to our Nana, our mother's mom, our grandmother, right? So back at her and my papa's house, they stay in New Jersey. We went out there for her, I think it was for great grandma's when her birthday or something, one of those years when we went out there. And we were of course staying at like our Nana's house when we were in Jersey before we went to Virginia or whatever. Right. And my papa, he has like a thing for at nighttime, his nighttime snack being like sherbet and like Sprite or something. Yeah. So I'm getting my sherbet bowl right from downstairs, and they were in like a 2-story house. So I'm going up the stairs. As I'm going up the stairs, some black shadow runs past me like mad fast. And I'm like, what was that?
I feel like I can believe it because I used to feel like my Nana's house had like
it's creepy.
Sometimes weird vibes, but
creepy, right? And that was a house they were renting. Like, it wasn't like a built. No, they were renting that house. So who knows what happened before they got there, right?
But she had been living in that house all of our lives, and I'm 30.
Who knows, right? Yeah. So something ran past me up the stairs that I felt like wind. Like, I was like, what was that, right? And it freaked me out because then, of course, Kayla was trying to trick me and like play with me. Right. And she was standing in like the little, like, you know, when you at the top of the stairs and like the railing and stuff, she's like crouched down, like looking in the bars, like looking creepy. Right. And she scared me too. And I was like, did you just like see that run past me? Like, what was that like? And she was like, what are you talking about? And she's thinking like, oh, I'm just tripping or something. I'm like, no, something ran past me. What was that? What was that?
Real life.
Like, it was something like, it almost looked like 4 legs, like running, like zooming past me.
Oh, so this wasn't like a person type of like apparition or nothing. This was like a creature type thing.
Something. Or something took the shape of some kind of creature, animal, and that thing was, it like, almost going so fast where it looked like a blur going by. It was like, shoom. I was like, what?
Oh my god.
Hello? I said, you know what? I got time for this.
And this was when? Like a couple years ago? Not that long ago?
I was probably in like middle school with that.
Oh, okay.
So it was a minute ago, but
yeah, Nana's house sometimes will kind of give me some vibes.
Some vibes. Or it was like
Yeah.
Almost like the visit, like, don't come out at nighttime.
Yeah, it was just kind of like weird. I don't know. And then again, she had like a 2-story house, so going up her stairs, she had like the type of stairs where you go up, there's like a landing, and then go up another flight of stairs. So when it was like the little landing part, there's a window too right there. It was kind of like, what was it, like a hexagon shaped or something like that. It was, you know, shaped like that, and it wasn't a curtain or anything like that, so you can see outside, and you know, but it was high enough to where like no one can see inside the house, but you can see outside if you wanted to. Like in the daytime, you can see outside and stuff like that. But going past there sometimes would be like really weird. I used to be scared as a kid sometimes. That was where
I was right there, almost by that landing. Like, I had hit right up on that landing part, and that's when it like zoomed past me.
That's what I'm talking
about. And I like looked behind me like, I don't know, like, I know that my pawpaw moving like that, or like, I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah, it always kind of gave me weird vibes too. Yeah, especially right there. So
yeah, no, it was just mad vibes. You know, they always say if you feel like somebody watching you, or like, it probably is.
Oh hell no!
It probably is.
No, for real.
Your body can pick up on that. It probably is.
Yeah.
Pray, tell them to leave.
Oh, right, because I say in the name of Jesus, and that I rebuke it, and Satan go back to
you ain't allowed here. You ain't allowed to bother me. You ain't allowed to do none of that. This is not your place of residence. You need to go.
No. So right. Sprinkle a little Jesus in your life, man.
Dump a cup of Jesus.
I was just trying to start him off with a little pepper, but we can go on and douse you too. So, thank you for watching today's video. If you like that video, want to see more videos like it, you know what to do. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, all that good stuff. Go ahead and let us know in the comments if you have any other suggestions or stuff like that. So, yes. Follow sister's channel. Again, I will put it in the description box. Yes. What is it? Aliya Victoria?
Aliya Victoria, real simple. A-L-I-Y-A. There is no H.
Yes, there is no H.
There is no H. Or no A in the front.
We out.